Stick around because after the break, we're going to check out the local artist Bill Hagan and his first solo exhibition. You're watching Grand River Living.
The environment is currently one of the most talked about topics, and for artist Bill Hagan, the environment is key. Today, we will visit Bill in an unusual type of garden, his show called Solo. When did you start painting?
I started painting probably in public school. Grade 7 or 8, I sort of got the bug for it, and art teachers and that sort of coaxed me along to keep it up. And then all through high school, I always painted and was involved in art activities in the high school and stuff like that, doing all the promotional stuff for concerts and posters and stuff like that, and always painted right from then. So I've painted since I was a young kid.
Have you studied painting professionally?
After finishing high school, I went to Ontario College of Art and studied experimental design, and then looked at that as a passion. I really thought that was a great thing to do, but couldn't see it as a career thing. So I went into industrial design, but keeping my experimental art stuff as sort of like what I want to do on my own time and do for myself. So the nice thing about what I'm doing now is you're seeing work that I've sort of accumulated and done, but it's my personal stuff, things that I want to do, and it's not driven by the industry or graphics and stuff like that. So to answer your question, I've had some training in fine arts, but most of my training would be experimental arts and industrial design with a kind of a twist to it.
What inspired you to create the pieces we see here today?
It's a lifetime of just seeing images and photography and getting out into the landscape of Southern Ontario and seeing what other people see on a day-to-day basis, just driving by on the road. And if you stop and take a look at something, all of a sudden that becomes something that can inspire you for some type of an art piece that could take it to sort of the next dimension. For me, it's taking a photograph and then looking at that and saying that tree's got a nice image, and then and just locking that into your mind, and then later just sort of releasing it onto a canvas. And it may be just a color that you picked out that you've got trapped back there from years gone by, but for the inspiration, it's definitely coming from the roots here in Southern Ontario throughout my 30 years of just sort of hanging out down here and just doing my thing.
What pieces were your favorite pieces to create?
I'd probably say the most favorite ones for me are pieces where there's been some environmental impact on the canvas as well, where I've been outside painting and the light has changed, or the wind has picked up and the paint has done something different, or maybe it started to rain a little bit and I've decided that I've got to hasten something up, or I've let the rain land on a canvas and let that sort of change the background of the picture and make it more sort of free form and sort of out there a little bit. And then I'll take that and that'll be my background to then build something on top of it. So works of art for me that I really personally enjoy are ones where there's been some other factors that have helped create it, whether it be gravity in some cases, or the wind, or rain, or just what's going on in the outdoor activity. A lot of the larger canvases that I work on, I'll do outside to get them started. And when you're outside, you're at the mercy of the rain and the wind and the environment, just what's going on.
What goes through your mind during the creation process?
That's an interesting question. What sort of is going through my mind is what's going to happen at the end of the process, in the sense of you start with something, a blank canvas, you're saying, I've got an idea or a mood that I want to convey, but as the canvas is sort of evolving, then my moods are changing and stuff like that, and you'll have all sorts of different things impact the way the art piece comes out. But again, it's all a process thing, and I think that the process for me is the most enjoyable part of doing the art.
For the avid art goers out there, what do you truly believe separates your work from others?
I'd say that it's the fact that I'm promoting the idea that art focused from an Ontario base, driven by Ontario images, with a local artist. It's something that people that in our community look at. You're buying a print from the department store, and where did it come from? And it's mass produced. And that I think that for me, buying local art and supporting a local arts community is really important for us, in the sense of there's a lot of great artists in Ontario that aren't seen, and for the small amount of money it costs to buy original art now in Ontario in galleries like this, it's an interesting investment, And I think that people that are buying art today are really excited about buying things and saying, you know, I've got something that no one else has. It's an original piece that someone has put their heart and soul into, and now I've adopted it and it's part of my life.
I don't think I'll ever look at the countryside the same way again. And as you can see by Bill's work, nature is truly a beauty to behold.
Hey, thanks for joining us for a new season of Grand River Living. You know, by watching this show, you are letting us know and everybody know around you that local matters. That's what we're all about on Rogers TV. It's all about being local and keeping in tune with what's going on in Waterloo region. Listen, if you have any questions or concerns at all about this show specifically, look us up at rogerstv.com, right there on the web, or call the viewer response line. We really do want your feedback, and we'll see you next time on Grand River Living.